I'm going to start with ionization potential now, an important periodic property. So you can see here the amount, what first the definition, the amount of energy required to remove a loosely bound electron from the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom. Again, I'm going to repeat the amount of energy required to remove a loosely bound electron from the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom, and the unit for the measurement is electron volt. Normally we say that ionization potential, when the energy required to remove the first electron is known as the first ionization potential, and the energy required to remove the second electron will be known as the second electron ionization potential. So then next we talk about the factors affecting the ionization potential. The first one is the atomic size. As the atomic size, we can say it is inversely proportional. This ionization potential is inversely proportional to the atomic size and directly proportional to the nuclear charge. Now let us talk about here. Atomic size increases, ionization potential decreases. As the size will increase, if the atom will have a greater size, there will be less force of attraction on the outer electrons, so the electron can easily be lost. Like in case of metals, metals, they have a larger size, they have larger atomic size, so they can easily lose electrons because they have low ionization potential. So the size of the atom is more, ionization potential will be less. Now we talk about the nuclear charge. Now the force of attraction on the outer electrons, if the nuclear charge is more, that is, if the nuclear charge increases, the ionization potential will also increase. So when we are moving across, all the time the nuclear charge, so it keeps on increasing, so nuclear charge will keep on increasing, there will be more force of attraction on the outer electrons, the more amount of energy will be required to remove the electron from the outermost shell, hence the nuclear charge going to increase, the ionization potential is also going to increase. So we can say in a way they are directly proportional to each other. Now we will be talking about across a period how the ionization potential is going to change. Now first let us see what happens to the atomic size when we move across a period. Atomic size, we have already done in this the previous topic, the atomic size decreases across a period. So if the atomic size is going to decrease, what is going to happen to the ionization potential? Ionization potential must increase. Size of the atom is small, there will be more force of attraction, more energy will be required to remove the electron from the outermost shell. Now the nuclear charge increases across a period. We already know this. Nuclear charge increases across a period. Now if the nuclear charge is going to increase, the ionization potential is going to increase. More force of attraction on the outer electron, more amount of energy is required to remove the electron. So across a period, both way it is going to increase. So across a period the ionization potential increases. It increases from the alkali metals to the noble gas. Now here noble gases are also going to be considered. Noble gases they have a stable electronic configuration, so they do not lose any electrons. So a lot of energy is required to remove their electrons. So we can say across the period the ionization potential increases from the alkali metals. Alkali metals will have the lowest ionization potential in a particular period, while the noble gases will have the highest ionization potential. In your entire periodic table, helium has the highest ionization potential. Helium, which is the gas, the noble gas in period number 1, has the highest ionization potential. In name the following, often this question is asked. The element with the highest ionization potential in the entire periodic table is helium, the noble gas. So now we know that the ionization potential increases across a period. Now we are going to talk about Downer group. Now Downer group atomic size increases. We have already done this. So the ionization potential must decrease. While what happens to the nuclear charge? Nuclear charge increases, ionization potential must increase. So what is going to be the net effect? Now here again, this nuclear charge is not considered. So we say that the atomic radius or the atomic size dominates over the nuclear charge. So as the atomic size increases, the ionization potential decreases. So what we come to know, down a group, the ionization potential decreases. When we move down a group, the ionization potential decreases. Now, cesium is the element in the periodic table which has the lowest ionization potential, even though francium is there below it, but francium is quite radioactive and not much known about that. So cesium is the element which has the lowest ionization potential in the entire periodic table. So now you know about the ionization potential. What you need to learn is the definition. Then they give you a reasoning question, why ionization potential increases across a period. So you'll be writing, because across a period the atomic size decreases, less force of attraction, more force of attraction is there on the outer electrons, and more energy will be required, as well as nuclear charge increases, more force of attraction on the outer electron, hence more amount in the ionization potential increases across a period. Same way they can ask you about down a group also. And this special name the following questions can also be asked, arranging the elements in the increasing or decreasing order of ionization potential for a particular for a particular group of elements, or particular the elements present in a particular period may be asked. We'll be doing those kind of questions later on. Now we come on to the next topic, that is electron affinity. Now electron affinity is again an important periodic property. So let's just talk about the definition. You already have done all these things in class 9, so it is just a revision, but be very careful. Definitions are going to be learned the way they are being given to you, and with emphasis on all the important key points. The amount of energy released when an atom in the gaseous state accepts an electron to form an anion. When an atom accepts an electron, it forms an anion, that is a negatively charged ion. So what is electron affinity? The amount of energy released. And what was ionization potential? The amount of energy required. So here what is this? There is a difference. The amount of energy released when an atom in the gaseous state accepts an electron to form an anion, that is to form a negatively charged ion. The complete definition must be given to get the marks. Now we talk about the factors that affect the electron affinity. These are very much similar to that of ionization potential. The first one is the atomic size. As you know, atomic size is going to increase, the electron affinity is also going to increase. The electron affinity is going to decrease. The size of the atom will be more, electron affinity will be less. There will be less tendency of accepting the electron. The reason being given here, electron affinity is the tendency of accepting electrons. So what will be the smaller the atomic size has more force of attraction or more tendency of attracting the electron. So if the atomic size is going to increase, the electron affinity is going to decrease. Yes, if the atomic size will be small, then the electron affinity will be more. So smaller the size, more force of attraction on the outer electrons or on the outer shells. So more is the chances of accepting the electrons. Now the next one is the nuclear charge. The nuclear charge increases, electron affinity will also increase. This electron affinity increases. Nuclear charge increases, electron affinity increases. As there will be more force of attraction on the electrons, there is more tendency on the outer shell. There will be more tendency of accepting the electrons. So as the nuclear charge is going to increase, electron affinity is also going to increase. Now we talk about this across a period, how the electron affinity changes. Across a period, the atomic size decreases. Atomic size will decrease, electron affinity will going to increase. Nuclear charge increases, so the electron affinity is going to increase. So what we see around here, thus the electron affinity increases across a period from the alkali metal to the halogens. So the alkali metals will have the lowest electron affinity in a particular group, while the halogens will have the highest electron affinity. So like if you talk about in period number 2, lithium will have the lowest electron affinity, while fluorine will have the highest electron affinity. Now we will be talking about the element which has the highest electron affinity in the periodic table is chlorine, even though it should be fluorine, but it is chlorine. There is a question answer for this. Fluorine has an exceptionally small size, because of which there is inter-electron repulsion between the electrons of the fluorine, which makes its electron affinity less than that of chlorine. So even though according to the trends that we discussed, fluorine should have the highest electron affinity in the periodic table, it is not so. It is the chlorine which has the highest electron affinity. It is an exception here. Now about the noble gases, like I said ki the alkali metal have the lowest electron affinity, while these halogen have the highest. So what happens to the noble gases? Noble gases, again, they have stable electronic configuration. They do not gain any electrons, so they do not have any tendency of gaining electron. So we say electron affinity of, what is actually an electron affinity? We measure it in the form of energy, but it is a tendency of gaining the electrons. So when there are no electrons are gained, so no energy is released. So it does not, noble gases do not want to destabilize themselves by loss or gain of electrons. So noble gases, what they have? They have zero electron affinity. They do not have any electron affinity. What affinity itself means? The likeness for something, and they do not, because they have stable electronic configuration, they need not gain, lose or share any kind of electrons. So noble gases, they have zero electron affinity. So not what we have seen here. Across the period, electron affinity increases from the alkali metals to the halogens. So every period, halogens have the highest electron affinity, while alkali metals, they have the lowest electron affinity. Now we talk about Downer group. Now Downer group, again we will be repeating the same thing. The atomic size increases. As the atomic size will increase, electron affinity is going to decrease. And across Downer group, the nuclear charge increases. Again the electron affinity is going to increase. But again here, this is not going to be taken into consideration. The atomic size is going to dominate over the nuclear charge. And hence Downer group, the electron affinity is going to decrease. When we move down a group, the electron affinity decreases. So like if you talk about the halogens may we have the fluorine on the top, then fluorine, then chlorine, then bromine, and then iodine. So according to this there should be a decrease in the electron affinity. Fluorine must have the highest, and then the iodine should have the lowest. But there is an exception here. Fluorine does not have the highest. It is the chlorine which has the highest, and that is because of the very small size of fluorine. So remember this, whenever you have to arrange, chlorine will get the highest position as compared to the fluorine for this electron affinity. Thank you.